One of the best feelings in the world is walking around the bookstore on a chilly winter morning. Browsing the shelves, coffee in hand, getting ready to discover all the stories that lie right at your fingertips. And this feeling only gets better during the holiday season.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. I am so excited to be here today because we are filming one of my favorite videos of all time to film, which is a bookstore vlog, and this one's gonna be even better because we are actually going Christmas book shopping. I love bookstores, and I especially love my Indigo. In the US they have Barnes & Noble. Here we have Indigo, Chapters, Kohl's. I love my Indigo here because it's like still kind of like old style. Like they haven't updated it to like the new furnishings and stuff like that. Like it still has that like cozy bookstore vibes versus like the new like corporate thing. I don't like the new style, but this Indigo is my favorite thing of all time. It's the biggest Indigo I know of. It has the most books of any Indigo. Anyway, enough about that, but I'm so excited to be bookstore shopping with you today. I haven't done one of these bookstore vlogs in quite literally months, so I'm really excited to get started. We are doing things a little bit differently this time though, which also makes me really happy. So for my birthday in August, I got a Kindle, and I've been using Kindle Unlimited like crazy. Books are cheaper to buy on Kindle. I really enjoy using it. I do want to keep using my Kindle, but I also really love going to the bookstore and browsing. We're gonna get a coffee at Starbucks. It's gonna be great. So I'm trying to combine those things. So what I'm doing is when I find a book I like, instead of buying it, I'm gonna go on my Goodreads and I'm gonna like mark it as like a want to read. And then when I get home, I'm gonna see which ones are on Kindle Unlimited, see which ones and what the prices are on Kindle versus what they were in the bookstore, that kind of stuff. So that way I'm gonna have like maybe not spend as much money, because the last thing I want to do is like buy a book and then realize it was on Kindle Unlimited, because that's just like not the vibe, you know? We're all about saving money here. So that way I can make my like TBR list. Well, we're at the bookstore here, but I don't necessarily have to buy anything because I have those other options for getting it cheaper later. Also, today is Wednesday, but Black Friday is this coming Friday. So yes, I am pre-filming a couple of my Vlogmas vlogs, but Black Friday is this coming Friday. A lot of places in the mall and Indigo, they have a week-long Black Friday sale going on at Indigo here for Plum Plus members. I'm a Plum Plus member. It's gonna be 40% off of a bunch of stuff, so I also wanna see maybe we can do a little bit Christmas shopping, see what extra stuff they have here. So much to see at Indigo, obviously. Like there's books and then also the accessories. Sometimes they also have like $1, $2, $3 just like short little classic novels. There's tons of options. We're just gonna kind of walk around, see what they have. We're gonna get my Starbucks first so we can walk around with that. So without further ado, let's go do this thing.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way. And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so
so much fun, and I did not spend $1. I did go to Shoppers after and I got bread and milk, but I mean that's like life shopping. So I wanted to go through my Goodreads with you. This was actually so much fun to do, to go to the bookstore and just look around, and then my hands were also free too, because usually I'm like, I have a stack of books and I'm trying to vlog, and also I want to look at that one, and I'm trying to hold my coffee, and it's like kind of not stressful, but like I'm trying to do a lot of things, whereas this I was just like, oh, here's me and my coffee, and I'm vlogging, and I'm like, oh, this is a cool book, let me look at it. So much more peaceful, so much more relaxed, and now I can go home and see what's on Kindle Unlimited, see what the costs are for the books on like Amazon versus Indigo versus Kindle versus everything, and just like be a little bit more cost effective. And I'm sure there's more books I'm gonna find too on like Kindle Unlimited and that too, that are like Christmassy books that I really want to read. Let's just start talking Christmas books. Very first book is Home for Christmas by Camellia Leslie. Would you share a bed with your enemy to save Christmas? Down with a bad case of writer's block. Riven, was that how you would pronounce that? Riven has escaped to a mountain cabin for a prolonged writing retreat. The last thing he needs this Christmas is for his family to invade his sanctuary from LA. What he needs even less is for a family of strangers as large and boisterous as his ode to also be stuck in the same house after a double booking disaster. He ends up having to share a bunk with Wendy, a gorgeous, feisty New Yorker who quickly learns how to get under his skin. I think we can probably all predict what happens from there, so I'm really excited for that one. Next up, we have Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogel. Pronunciation of names, never been my thing. But this one just came out in October this year. Betty Hughes once knew the comfort of luxury, flaunting a ridiculous collection of designer shoes and a stealthy addiction to CBD oils. That is, until her parents snipped her purse strings. Long obsessed with her public image, Beatty? Is it Beatty or Betty? No, seriously guys, like I suck at names. We're going with Betty. Betty boasts an extravagant lifestyle on social media, but the reality is Betty is broke and squatting in Colorado, and her family has no idea. Christmas, with its pressures to meet all the familial expectations, is looming when a drunk Betty plays a vinyl record of All I Want for Christmas Is You backwards and accidentally conjures Hall, an unexpected, charming holiday spirit in the form of a man. Once the shock wears off, Betty knows she stumbled upon the greatest gift, a chance to make all her holiday wishes come true, plus a ready-made fiance. This book sounds so good, but as the wiles of magic lose their charm, Betty finds herself set off kilter by Hall's sweet gestures. Suddenly, Betty is finding her heart merry and light, but the happier she gets, the shorter Hall's time on Earth grows. Can Betty channel the Christmas spirit and learn to live with goodwill toward men, or will her selfish ways come back as soon as the holidays are over? This is like a must-read. Like, this one sounds so good. Like, if I had to pick one off of this list, it would be this one. It sounds so good. Meet Me in London by Georgia Toffolo. Fans of Josie Silver's One Day of December and Christina Lauren's In a Holidays will adore watching Victoria and Oliver's pretend engagement dissolve as their real chemistry threatens to upend all their carefully laid out secrets. Set against the most charming London backdrop, Meet Me in London is an irresistible, sensational treat. So, fake engagement, fake dating. We love a good fake dating trope. The Rewind is one I bookmarked for after Christmas, before New Year's. It sounds like it is a New Year's-y book. So it says, two exes wake up together with their wedding bands on their fingers and have no idea how they got there. They just have one New Year's Eve at the end of 1999 to figure it out in this big-hearted, nostalgic rom-com from New York Times bestselling author Alison Wynne Scotch. So basically, it kind of reminds me of like that Friends episode where Ross and Rachel get married, but basically they wake up, they're married, they're exes, and they're trying to figure out what the heck happened. We then have Christmas at Fireside Cabins by Jenny Hale. This one is very like Hallmarky, like for sure. But you know what? I like those kind of books in the wintertime. I think they're so good at Christmas time because they just feel good. They're just escapism at like its purest form. Escape to the idyllic small town of Pinewood Hills in this enchanting romance about falling in love under the mistletoe with a sprinkle of Christmas magic. So the main character and her friends go to this countryside resort in the snowy Tennessee hills, and I mean, let's be honest, they're gonna meet guys and they're gonna meet locals, and she's gonna want to stay, I'm assuming, in this small town. So This Is Christmas by Jenny Holiday. I've seen a lot of people talking about this one, and it looks like a really good one as well. Mateo Benz has spent his life serving at the pleasure of Aldovian crown. Workaholic, girl comes in. Yes. All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. This is the same author who wrote The Holiday Swap, which is like one of the biggest holiday books that I've heard like people talk about this year and last year. And True Love wasn't on their holiday wish list when Sadie and Max are selected as contestants on the famed reality singing show Star Maker. Each thinks they finally got their big Nashville break, but they're paired up for a duet week and stun the world with their romantic onstage chemistry. Faking a relationship until their final performance in the Star Maker holiday special shouldn't be too hard. I didn't realize how many like fake dating tropes I definitely put on this list. We have The Holiday Swap. I haven't read this one yet, but like I said, I've heard a ton of people talk about it. And this came out October of last year. So they switch places. I feel like, did they make a Hallmark movie out of this one? Because there's definitely a Hallmark movie I saw that was like a baking show, and I think it was about switching places. It's given the same vibes. But yeah, I do want to read this one because everyone raves about it, and it does have like 4.5 stars on Goodreads here, so I want to check it out. Mimi Under the Mistletoe. This was in like the bestsellers section, so I haven't heard of it, but obviously it's doing well. A city bookshop owner heads to the English countryside for a holiday reunion, only to face her childhood enemy. Eleanor Noel, Nori for short, is quite content running her secondhand bookshop in London, forever touring between her working class upbringing and her classmates' extravagant lifestyles at the posh private school she attended on a scholarship. Nori has finally figured out how to keep both at an equal distance, so when two of her oldest friends invite the whole gang to spend time leading up to their wedding together at a castle near their old school, Nori must prepare herself for an emotionally complicated few days. The reunion brings back fond memories, but also requires Nori to dodge an ill-advised former fling. Sounds like another really good one. I love the whole like bookstore owner thing. And then we have the Christmas bookshop, same kind of vibes once again. When the department store she works in closes for good, Carmen has purliously little cash and few options. She doesn't want to move in with her perfect sister Sophia in Sophia's perfect house with the perfect children and perfectly Eldenburg life. Frankly, Sophia doesn't exactly want Carmen there either. Her sister has always been sarcastic and difficult, but Sophia has yet another baby on the way, a mother desperate to see her daughters get along, and a client who needs retail assistant for his ailing bookshop. So welcoming Carmen might still have some benefits for everyone. So Girls Broke takes over, moves in with her sister, goes to the bookshop, meets a man. So anyway, those are the books I want to read. I didn't read the whole like backs to them and stuff. I will say though, follow me on Goodreads if you haven't already, because that's where I post all of what I'm reading, what I want to be reading, all that kind of stuff. Comment down below if you have any Christmas book suggestions, because I mean, I doubt I'll get through all these, but you never know. Comment your holiday book suggestions down below. So thank you so much for watching today's video of Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, come back tomorrow because we have like so many more Vlogmas videos happening. Hit that subscribe button, and I hope you have a magical rest of your day.